Pete Hegseth, an unconventional choice for Secretary of Defense. In a surprising move that has caught the attention of both political insiders and the general public, President-elect Donald Trump has announced his intention to nominate Pete Hegseth as the next Secretary of Defense. This decision marks a significant departure from traditional appointments to this crucial cabinet position and has sparked discussions about the evolving nature of political appointments in the modern era. Who is Pete Hegseth? Pete Hegseth, born in 1980, is a familiar face to many Americans as a Fox News Channel host and contributor. However, his background extends beyond his media career, encompassing military service, veteran advocacy, and political activism. Military service. Hegseth's military career began after his graduation from Princeton University in 2003. He was commissioned as an infantry officer in the U.S. Army National Guard and served in several capacities. Deployed to Guantanamo Bay in 2004 to 2005. Served in Baghdad and Samarra, Iraq in 2005 to 2006. Deployed to Afghanistan in 2012. During his service, Hegseth earned 2 Bronze Stars and a Combat Infantryman Badge, demonstrating his commitment and valor in combat situations. He currently holds the rank of Major in the Individual Ready Reserve. Education. Hegseth's educational background includes bachelor's degree in politics from Princeton University, 2003, master's degree in public policy from Harvard University's John F. Kennedy School of Government, 2013. This combination of Ivy League education and practical military experience has shaped Hegseth's perspective on national security and defense issues. Veteran advocacy. Following his active military service, Hegseth became involved in veteran advocacy. Executive Director of Vets for Freedom, 2007 to 2010, CEO of Concerned Veterans for America, 2012 to 2015. These roles allowed Hegseth to engage in policy discussions and advocacy efforts related to veterans' issues and national security. Media career. Hegseth's transition to media began with his role as a Fox News Channel contributor in 2014. He quickly became a prominent voice on the network, hosting Fox and Friends Weekend and making regular appearances on other Fox News programs. His media presence has given him a platform to discuss military and national security issues, as well as broader political topics. The role of Secretary of Defense. To understand the significance of Hegseth's nomination, it's essential to consider the role and responsibilities of the Secretary of Defense. Civilian leadership of the Department of Defense, principal defense policy advisor to the President, oversight of the U.S. military, including its budget, personnel, and operations, coordination with other national security agencies and international allies, management of the largest government department with over 3 million employees. Historically, this position has been filled by individuals with extensive experience in military leadership, defense policy, or national security affairs. Recent appointees have included retired generals, former senators with defense expertise, and longtime defense policy professionals. Hegseth's qualifications and potential challenges. Hegseth's nomination represents a departure from the traditional profile of a defense secretary nominee. This unconventional choice brings both potential strengths and challenges. Potential strengths: military experience. Hegseth's combat experience in Iraq and Afghanistan provides first-hand knowledge of modern warfare and the challenges faced by troops on the ground. Communication skills. His media background could be an asset in articulating defense policies to the public and working with Congress. Veteran advocacy. Hegseth's work with veteran organizations demonstrates his commitment to military personnel and veterans' issues. Political alignment. His close relationship with President-elect Trump may facilitate smoother policy implementation and communication between the White House and the Pentagon. Potential challenges: lack of senior leadership experience. Hegseth has not held high-level positions within the Department of Defense or other national security agencies, which could present a steep learning curve. Limited policy experience. While Hegseth has been a commentator on defense issues, he lacks the extensive policy-making experience typically associated with the role. Politicization concerns. His background as a partisan media figure may raise questions about the politicization of the military and defense policy. International relations. Hegseth's limited experience in diplomacy and international relations could be a challenge in managing complex global security issues. Historical context and precedents. While Hegseth's nomination is unusual, it's not without precedent for presidents to make unconventional cabinet choices. Throughout U.S. history, there have been instances of presidents selecting cabinet members based on personal loyalty, media prominence, or ideological alignment rather than traditional qualifications. However, the position of Secretary of Defense has typically been viewed as requiring a high level of expertise and experience due to its critical nature in national security. Since the creation of the position in 1947, most appointees have had significant military, political, or defense policy backgrounds. The confirmation process. Hegseth's nomination will need to be confirmed by the Senate. This process typically involves hearings before the Senate Armed Services Committee, questioning by senators on various aspects of defense policy, and the nominee's qualifications, a committee, vote to recommend the nomination to the full Senate, a final confirmation vote by the entire Senate. Given the Republican majority in the Senate, Hegseth's confirmation is likely, but the process may involve intense scrutiny and debate. Potential policy implications. If confirmed, Hegseth's appointment could signal several shifts in U.S. defense policy. Military culture. Hegseth has been critical of what he perceives as political correctness in the military. His leadership might lead to changes in policies related to diversity and inclusion. Veterans Affairs. Given his background in veteran advocacy, there might be increased focus on veteran issues and potential reforms in the Department of Veterans Affairs. Force structure. Hegseth has expressed views on streamlining the military and focusing on combat readiness, which could influence decisions on force structure and resource allocation. International engagements. His alignment with President-elect Trump's America First policy might lead to reassessment of international military commitments and alliances. Public and professional reactions. The announcement of Hegseth's nomination has elicited a range of reactions. Military leaders. Some have expressed concern about his lack of high-level defense experience, while others appreciate his combat background. Veterans groups. Reactions are mixed, with some praising his advocacy work and others questioning his qualifications for the role. Policy experts. Many have noted the unconventional nature of the choice, with debates ongoing about its potential implications for defense policy. Media commentators. Opinions are divided along partisan lines, with supporters praising his communication skills and critics questioning his experience. Conclusion. The nomination of Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense represents a significant departure from traditional appointments to this crucial position. It reflects broader trends in American politics, including the increasing prominence of media figures in government roles and the emphasis on personal loyalty in high-level appointments. As the confirmation process unfolds, it will provide an opportunity for a national discussion on the qualifications necessary for leading the Department of Defense, the balance between civilian control and military expertise, and the future direction of U.S. defense policy. Regardless of the outcome, Hegseth's nomination highlights the evolving nature of political appointments and the complex interplay between media, politics, and national security in contemporary America. As the nation faces ongoing global challenges, the selection of leadership for the Department of Defense remains a critical decision, with far-reaching implications for both domestic and international affairs.